Hey everyone, welcome back to the new channel. This channel is going to be specifically for entrepreneurs and business owners who are wanting to either start or scale their business. And for those who don't know me, my name is Grant Mitt. I'm an entrepreneur. I've built an 8-figure solar business that's done over 55 million in sales. We've been listed as best place to work 3 times by the Houston Business Journal. I was the youngest ever recipient and most admired CEO by the Houston Business Journal. We were on Inc. magazine in 2024 for 285% growth. And I have over 1 million followers across all platforms. Right now, I'm starting from scratch, so I'm happy to have you guys here. So let's talk about what you need to do to grow and scale your business and just make it just flat out more efficient. The first thing that you need to look at to grow a business is actually really simple. It seems obvious, but most business owners aren't doing this well enough or even at all. And that's diagnosing your business with real data. You want to find a way to calculate and consistently track all of the metrics that are happening within your business. This can be the show rate, close rate, conversion. It could be the lifetime value, customer acquisition costs, cost per appointment, cost per lead, all these different things. And a good way to kind of measure this and know, okay, what type of data does my business need? You generally will probably know just being the business owner. You can also have a conversation with AI, tell it every single thing about your business and say, what types of data do you need to track? The best way to do this, one, you could do it manually with spreadsheets. That was something that I did the first year in business. But the second thing you could do is you could go find someone on Upwork or Fiverr, find them overseas, pay them $15, $20 an hour and have them track your data. And the third step is building out a CRM. Go High Level is great. There's a couple other ones that are fantastic. And you want to get readily available data so you can make clear decisions. I've had company CEOs that either invest in or consult with meet with me the first or second time. They said, Grant, I knew you were going to ask me all about my data and all my numbers. I spent all weekend doing this and I feel like an idiot. I said, why do you feel like an idiot? They said, well, after looking at everything, I realized we've wasted hundreds of thousands of dollars on nonsense. Or I realized that I need to fix this. We have an appointment setting issue. I realize our sales reps are great. We're just not setting great appointments. And the thing is that, you listen to this right now, you know more about your business than anyone, which means if you get more insight and more data, you're going to be able to make better decisions and clearly identify the problem. For those of you that have employees, or maybe you just started hiring your first couple employees, you've quickly found out that they lie. And I'm not trying to bash employees. We want great people to work around, but everyone is going to follow their self-interest and try to cover themselves. No one wants to openly admit they're blatantly doing something wrong because they don't want to get fired, and that's understandable. And so the accountability portion for the data is not only great for you as a CEO or the business owner, your executive team, or your leadership team, but it's also good for everyone involved. And the second thing that you really want to do is you want to be able to bring clear and predictable daily data to your entire team and give them clear goals or KPIs that allows them to how good their performance is on a weekly, quarterly, and monthly basis, as well as clear objectives and targets for each person in each position. The thing that's also really important is something I noticed even massive companies won't do. I know someone that runs a $300 million company. I was talking to him and he doesn't do this. And it's not because he's a bad business owner. Obviously he's good. It's a $300 million business, but it's because they do so well, they just haven't had to. You might be in that position too, which is a great position to be into. But you want to make sure every single person's job, no matter what the title is, what the job duties are, if you can measure their KPIs and incentivize them with their pay, you will almost immediately see more concentrated, focused effort and intention from every position in your company. And you don't have to pay someone on an incentive pay structure just because they're in sales. You can do this for project management. You can do this for finance. You can do this for getting things done, because time is not the best indicator of how good someone is. Productivity is. And so you want your employees or contractors or people you're doing business with to feel through their pay when the business is doing good. And they also need to feel when the business or they don't perform like they should. Now you'll start seeing massive effort and focused intention in an area that you need to improve in your business or make sure is extremely productive. All right, now let's talk about scaling. You know your numbers. You set up a great incentives pay structure for your people. You're now measuring their KPIs and their metrics, and you know who's performing great and who needs some work. You need to set a clear target. You already know your key metrics, and you just need to work backwards to figure out what you need to hit. For example, for myself with the solar business, here's a couple key metrics that I used to go from 6 million a year in revenue to 12. Our average deal price is around $35,000. The deal capacity per month per sales rep is about 3.2 to 3.4. The average appointments that each sales rep can handle is about 28. Our average keep rate, meaning if we close 100 deals, how many are going to actually stay and get installed? For us, it's about 72. So we have a 72% keep rate. Our customer acquisition cost is $1,012. I know this is fast and a lot. But you see, I'm just saying this right off the top of my head. I have no teleprompter in front of me. I know that if I want to do $1 million in revenue in a month, we have to do 40 deals and we're going to net 28 and a half, so 29 or 28. I'm going to need about 12 and a half sales reps. Can't get 12 and a half, so I'm going to get 13. I know 1 to 3 are going to either get fired or are going to quit after that month, so we got to recruit. And I know I have to spend around $40,000, give or take, on ads to produce 40 gross deals and net 28 and a half to put us right around that $1 million revenue. So you see how I know my numbers and I know my targets. So then I can design the onboarding strategy, the recruiting process, the sales training process, our leadership structure, our comp structures, our commission structure. I base everything around the key metrics that drive our business. So I'm not like, man, I hope we do more revenue this month. I know that if I want to increase the revenue, what do I have to do? I have to increase that $40,000 ad spend to $50,000 or $100,000 and know what my capacity is for each sales rep. If I want to go from 40 deals to 80 deals, I need to have 25 to 26 sales reps. Okay, so it's all about knowing your numbers and knowing infrastructure is going to get you there. You know, someone asked me, Grant, how do I go from a 7-figure business to an 8-figure business? And this is a lot of what I was telling them is that you just got to know what your key metrics and what drives your business, and you have to rebuild that infrastructure. And the next thing is you have to start finding people who can lead and delegate that time, because you can't be doing everything. You have to start hiring specialists that specialize in tech, that specialize in operations, that specialize in sales management. And then you have to gain your hours back and your time back and focus on what is actually growing my business. What strategies, what problems do we have right now? What can we improve overall as an organization? So I hope this helped you guys kind of refocus and recenter yourself to have a huge year in 2026. If you guys are listening to this, I have 2 resources below. One, I have an Inner Circle program for 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs, also some 9-figure entrepreneurs, where we do weekly calls, one-on-one guidance, and I have dozens of training videos similar to that. And I also have 20 to 30 unseen training videos that are detailed knowledge on scaling, on leadership, on cash flow, on operations, on recruiting, every single key component of running a successful business. And if you guys would like to apply, there's a link below, grantmittconsulting.com. Just book a quick call there and we'll see if it's a good fit. Thank you guys so much. If you're seeing this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with another friend that runs a business. My goal was always to give back, because when I was starting my first business, it was daunting. I didn't know what the hell to do. And I'm sure you've been in this position. Maybe you're in it now. And so my goal was I want to give out as much value on the internet for free to help as many business owners as possible, because we need to stick together. It is challenging running a business, so we've got to be there for each other. So make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys again soon. Much love. Thanks, guys.